Cowboy, a year away, man. I wonder, a year away, has it been kind of nice to actually have a break for once in your career, or has it been annoying when you're used to normally fighting like every other week?
No, it was much needed time off. And it was funny. I just talked with the other social team, and we were talking about kind of the same question. And how did you know, and what have you fixed? And I took a break because everyone says getting in the UFC is like the most important thing they could ever do in their life, you know, and I agree with them on that. But when they get here, they seem to put the brakes on and kind of quit. Like they make it all the way here, and they do so hard to get here, and then they put the brakes on. And I caught myself ridiculing these kids for doing that, and then I was doing the exact same thing. And they say that saying it's, you know, it's hard to be hungry when you're full. And I agree. So took some time off after my last loss for sure. And I didn't know when I was going to fight, if I was going to fight again. And then one day I just woke up and called Sean, like, let's get a fight. And he's like, really? I'm like, yeah, let's get a fight. And moved camp to Vegas, parking lot pimping out in front of the UFC PI. And, man, it was cool. I don't know why every fighter doesn't move to Vegas. Not blowing smoke up the UFC's ass right now, but that facility and everything they have in place for fighters to succeed is unfucking believable. Cooking your meals, meal prep, diet, all the training, all the sports, all the recovery, everything they have there is. So for me, there's not one box unchecked, so I did everything I had to do. When I'm at the ranch, I got the buffalo and I got the cows and the horses and building fence and so many things pulling me in different directions where it's easy for me to get distracted. In Vegas, I just go to the RV and take a fucking nap in between training. And it was cool. Like I said, I woke up and I was like, let's do this and let's do everything that I need to do to be successful. So there's no questions in my mind, should I, would I, could have. Right? Let's do what I needed to do to get to the UFC back in the day. Let's fucking earn your keep. Let's be here. Let everybody know you fucking belong here, that you're not just here on a whimp. And then I also look at the flip coin of that and I say, I have nothing else to prove. I've set records. I've been here. I've stayed here. I've done what I need to do. So look at myself in the mirror. I'm here for legacy now. This is just for me, which is fucking even cooler. I don't have to worry about impressing anybody more. That's done. Nor do I care. I'm at the age now. It's like, you like me, you don't. Don't give a fuck, you know? But this is for me in the mirror. Like, this is legacy. I want to know. I want to look at myself in the mirror and be like, you did everything you could, and that's why we're still here, right? Where my last 2 years, I did nothing I had to do. I just would go to train, and I'm not making fucking excuses. I just didn't do what I needed to do. And that is preparation is a direct effect of what my career spiraled into. So it's time to rectify that and fight for legacy, baby.
That's awesome. Were you conscious of it at the time, like over the last couple of years, as you were kind of, I guess, half-assing it a little bit?
Fuck it. You know as a person when you get on a treadmill, you're like, I'm going to run for 30 minutes. And about mile 9, you're like, I'm pretty tired. This 9's probably good. You know, and at the ranch, I have that freedom. I don't have somebody standing over me. You know what I mean? I am the general and a soldier, if that makes any sense. So as the general, I tell the soldier, little bitch in my mind, like, 9 was good. Go ahead and step down, right? So it's good to step out of that and just become a soldier again and let everybody else orchestrate my training and do what I need to do.
Has that been a difficult adjustment for you at all? I mean, I think of you as a pretty stubborn guy at times that does what he wants to do. Has it been difficult to listen to somebody else and do what they tell you to do?
I just say nag, but then I fucking do it. But yeah, so no, I understand what needs to be done. And when you understand that, it's really easy to lie to other people. Lying to yourself is tough. Like, you have to fucking face it. So when you have that conversation with yourself in your head, it's nice to know, all right, motherfucker, let's do this.
You've always been about fighting anybody, right? But getting paired up with Joe Lauzon, another guy that's a bonus machine, a veteran like you, been through the wars. Did that add any excitement to it?
Oh, I can't believe Joe and I have never met throughout the years before. But when they offered a name, I called Joe. Let's do this. And then they put us on April 30th, and I called Joe, like, Joe, that's not going to work. We're fighting on, this is not an Apex fight.
You guys negotiated out if we're going to be
yeah, and he's
right?
like, Joe's like, what do you want to do? And I was like, I'm going to call Dana, and you back me up. And he's like, got it. So it's kind of what happened. And we just, yeah, because I just seen him here a little while ago talking about the kids. I mean, what a good dude, you know what I mean? And no hostility, no blah, blah, but he's going to take my head off, and I plan to do the same with him. So it's not like, oh, we're buddy-buddy, this is going to be just a slow start in Cowboy. No, this is for legacy, baby. This is how I used to fight, going in there and fucking letting this old dog eat one more time.
I love it. And given history between you guys, I mean, should we just automatically write the fight of the night checks right now? I mean, just get them ready?
Yeah, I think I seen some stats somebody had that this card has 99 bonuses. Yeah, we're going to set 100 our first starting the live card off. So they can go ahead and just stroke that motherfucker right away.
Last thing for me, I mean, so knowing that you poured everything into this, right? I mean, is there like a vacation planned after this? Do you have an adventure planned after this? I mean, do you keep going? I mean, what is the plan after this?
I'm going to Mexico, going diving. I got a week down at Cozumel, so going scuba diving. And then I'm off to Thailand for a month and a half to film a movie. So, yeah, I'm excited. Changing paces, and, yeah.
I guess one more thing. Have you asked for an RV hookup at the PI maybe? Could they?
I know. I've talked to Dana about that. Like, listen, Dana. I think you could charge here. We could set up a thing, you know. And no, but they got me a hookup. I just don't have water. But I go inside. They got full amenities, so you're good to go.
Cowboy, you said that when people get to the UFC, they put the brakes on a bit. Did you mean in terms of like learning new tricks of fighting, or do you just mean that hunger and like they sort of feel like they've made it just by getting there?
I mean the hunger. I'm talking the young kids I see coming in. You know what I mean? UFC is a machine. And I talked about this, how I was just standing around, I think 2 fight cards ago, when all the guys were coming in, cutting weight and getting ready for a fight. And I was sitting there talking with the front desk ladies, and you hear everyone talking about pay. And you hear everyone talking about the money's not good and the money's not right. And it's like, listen, you just fought on a regional show for $2,000. Now the UFC is giving you whatever the 12 and 12 or whatever that is. So that's clearly more than you are now. And as the machine, they don't give a fuck about you and your fighting. But what they do give a fuck is you coming and being the person that they signed you for and making a name for yourself. And then the next contracts show that, right? And so what I mean by they do so hard and they work so hard, they put their whole life on hold, and they get into UFC, and then they get to UFC and they're like, I'm here. And they kind of just back off the train, and they're no longer the killers and doing what they need to do to become the entertainers and the person that the UFC signed them to be. And I caught myself in that same spiral where I was like, I'm here. What do I, you know what I mean? So that's what I'm saying. The hunger of training when I don't want to train and pushing myself to the limits that I don't want to push because I have a job to do and I have a career to protect. And that's what I mean by they're not doing that, and neither was I.
You mentioned talking to Joe about this is not an Apex fight. I mean, the last few ones have been no fans. You're something of a fan favorite. You're looking forward to getting back out there in front of a crowd?
Oh, man. It's not me. It's my son. I can't... I can't wait. To walk out of that tunnel. You see the look on his face, you know. Fuck. So yeah, I can't wait so he knows finally what I do, you know? It's crazy how emotional I get, but that's anytime I was working out and I didn't want to do it, that's what I thought of. So can't fucking wait. Cannot wait to see him smile like, wow, this is my dad. So to me, that's why I wanted a fan, a sold-out crowd to walk out that tunnel, blow the roof off this place, and look over and see my son like, wow, Dad, that's you. So it's cool, man. I remember when I first signed with Tap Out, and Mass used to tell me, I'm just looking for one person that can touch millions. I don't care about touching all these people. I just want to find one person that can touch a million people and change lives. And I feel like they did a good job finding me, and making an impression on me to help mold and sculpt these people. And now I know what that means to find that one person. And when I walk out of that tunnel, I cannot wait to walk and see my son standing there. I'm like, yep, I'm changing you, boy. You're going to grow up with the morals and ethics that I think are appropriate in this world and change you and help you move on to sculpt the next generation of people. So that to me is very important with the younger generation, and if I can pick my son to do that, let's do it.
You mentioned fight for legacy. I feel like that's your legacy right there, no?
Absolutely, man. That's definitely legacy. And I don't ever get emotional during fighting, which is crazy. I mean, kids bring that out of you. You can tell right now I'm a fucking wreck. Yeah, it's a feeling that I couldn't explain to somebody unless you have your own kid. It's wild.
Yeah. Thanks for sharing, man.
Of course.
Donald, I mean, man, it's special seeing you talk about him in that way, if I'm being honest. I mean,
Yeah.
during this time where, you've been out, I would imagine getting itchy knuckles a little bit. Was that part of the reason for wanting to come back, was to get this moment with him and really, now that he's a little bit older, be able to have these kind of weeks and that night on Saturday?
Yeah, like he's at the pictures I have of me holding him up like Simba in the fucking cage, he doesn't remember that. He doesn't understand that. He never will. But he's old enough. He was almost 4, and he'll be able to grasp that. Like, he still doesn't know what I do. Like, I go, oh, you're going to work? You're going to Vegas to go to work, Dad? Like, yeah. He doesn't know what that means, And he loves Ninja Turtles, and he loves fighting. So I can't wait when I walk up to him and ask him, what Ninja Turtle is Daddy going to be tonight, buddy? Because I'm going to go out there and kick some fucking ass, so watch out.
What's his favorite Ninja Turtle, I have to ask?
It's Leonardo.
My man, that's the best one.
Yeah, Leonardo. And then I'm usually Shredder, and he usually beats me up, but that's how that goes.
Do you still enjoy all this as much as you once did? I mean, the process, being
Yes.
there, just everything.
The guy sitting right next to you, Nicholas, I met him training in Vegas, and yes, this is the process I explained to him. This is the part I love. The meeting people, the training, and all the journey of this. So yes, I love this more than ever, and this has been a special one, going to Vegas and mixing it up and trying new things. I'm enjoying it again.
And last two things for me. I mean,
Sure.
I wonder during any time during this, which is really the longest break of really your entire career, was there any time at all where you thought, maybe like I'm done, maybe
100%.
Oh, there was actually
Yeah.
moments.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah.
Was it what pushed you through that? Was it your son?
No, I don't know. I just, like I said, there was a couple times where I was like, I'm just going to take a break until I want to come back. I feel it in me, or I won't, I don't care. I kind of just, and then one day I woke up and I called my coaches and said, fly down here, we're taking a fight. And they're like, what, when? And I was like, I don't know, but we're doing it. And I just felt it in me, wanted to do it. And so here I am. I shouldn't say the hunger back, it's such a stupid fucking cliche word, but I for sure felt going again.
Well, then last thing for me, I'm just curious, when you hit up Dana and then Joe hits up Dana and you guys are doing a pincher attack on Dana right now, are those easy discussions? Is he very easy?
I
to sway in
100%
that way,
think
or
I
is
might have
that-
even put both of us on the same text. Me, Joe, I think we double dipped the text. For one, I don't even know how much I can talk about this, but there wasn't even a response from Dana. All of a sudden, we just got new contracts in the email. So it wasn't like a thumbs up or a fucking okay or nothing. It was like I put a text together like a little savvy fucking two veterans, we fucking pay-per-view, fucking we're badasses, need to be, everyone's deceived, fucking we shouldn't, blah, blah, blah. And then I sent it, and then we just sat there, and I was like, fuck. Right? Fuck. And then the little 3 dots came, like, oh, fuck. And they just sat there forever, no response. And then we got an email with the new contract, and I was like, Good work, Joe.
Is that same night, next day?
It was literally hours. Like, it happened right away. It just happened. I think maybe he sat back and was like, maybe they're right. Maybe they're onto something.
Well done. Way to sell it.
Well, so when I should agree with myself to take another fight. Part of my agreement was I want to fight in front of a crowd. I love the crowd. Like, don't get me wrong, the UFC Apex fighting but it's not the same energy. Like Phoenix, when fucking 20,000 people are chanting your name and screaming, there's not a feeling in the world. So when I said I'm ready to take a fight, they had the arena for the 30th wasn't announced yet. I don't think because of all COVID they didn't have it. So when I got the email for where it was, I was like, oh no, this isn't gonna work for me. And so in the message, it was just like, man, I think I earned this. I think I've sat up here long enough that I can fight in front. And it was no argument. They did it. It was great.
It's good to have you back.
Thank you.
To your left. You mentioned all the records you set and everything like that. You've seen slowly over these past couple of years, Arlovsky and Jim Miller are both tied with you for wins now. Oliveira has surpassed you or tied you for bonuses, all these things.
Tied.
Yeah, tied.
I'm tied all the way across. Don't start saying surpass.
But does that stuff motivate you? Like,
Fuck
is that
yeah.
something? Yeah.
Yeah.
You want those back for yourself?
Yeah, and come first fight of the night, we're going to put a tick more on each one of those to start the fucking pay-per-view off. So Oliveira, he's going to look like, fuck, goddamn, he got another bonus. I better get to work.
What do you think of these other lightweight fights on this card?
Oh, it's a stacked card. I think I don't really watch that many UFC fights, but if I was going to pay for one and tune in, this would be a card I'd tune into, not just because I'm on it, but you just look at the lineup, it's like, oh my God, even the undercard's crazy. So it's a stacked. I have a feeling they're going to give a lot more bonuses than just what they say.
Let's hope so.
Start the petition now. Let's get the momentum.
Yeah. It's not like it used to be when we used to get $100,000 bonuses.